So Sagittarius, this is your reading for the month of Aquarius, which means the sun in Aquarius is giving the light to the moon, which is in your sign. We recognize here that both have cups in their hands, and the evolution of Aquarius is that he doesn't need the two cups for himself anymore. He's already detached from that physical world. He's the star. He can have the eagle perspective. He can look from above, below, and see, well, what is needed for the water, what is needed for the earth, which is where we live on. And of course, you as the ninth house of philosophy, you're still studying, you're still learning, you're still wanting to know what all of this is about. And still you are giving back and forth the energy of inhale and exhale and male and female, positive and negative, right? So here you recognize that you are still working, but you're getting a glimpse of the future through the age of Aquarius that we are entering right now. And I'm showing you a picture where we see the Earth spinning to the right 24 hours around its own axis, and meanwhile it's spinning also around the Sun in 365 days. Now, this is the right spinning reading that I'm doing every month. Then once a year you get a left spinning reading of all 22 major arcanas. Right now you have only 13 major arcanas lying here. And that's the wobble the Earth does to the left in 25,800 years, which then creates not a month, but an age. And the age is 2,150 years long. And right now we're going from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius. And that's why you feel like there is hope. That's why you feel like there is the future speaking to you, and anything is possible for that bigger picture that we can form when we are the eighth star. And recognize that now it's about friendships, it's about who do you know, it's about the people that you surround yourself with, and that you yourself become a star. Everybody can become a star now through the internet, because that's what the age of Aquarius is bringing to us, right? Before we were in the age of Pisces, it was about the bigger group that we were feeling protected in, and now it's becoming smaller groups that show each other the respect, and also its diversity, right? The differences that we have to each other, and we can celebrate that together. The yoga position that I gave to Aquarius is side plank or Santulanasana, reaching up with one leg and one arm, and the other arm and leg is on water and on land. And so here, through the transformation of the sixth chakra, right, which is the third eye, we see the seventh chakra, we see the crown chakra only through the third eye. And so then we can become a star here on earth. For you, I gave you forward bend, Paschimottanasana, and in that, looking deep within, you recognize that you yourself give and take and play with the duality that we're constantly challenged with. Here we have Scorpio, here we have Capricorn, and the 5 rings, right, because the card number 14 turns into a 5, becomes then that angel that we see within, deep in our third eye. Deep within, we see the connection to our own guardian angel that we are. Now your planet is Jupiter, the wise one, right? And here Uranus, the revolution. So it's gonna be very interesting what this reading is gonna tell you. The court card is the Knight of Wands, and you can see how it's directed into the left spinning cycle, which is why you are eventually interested in the philosophy, in the spiritual. At first, you just want adventure, you just want to celebrate, you just want to go out there and enjoy yourself. If your birthday is between November 13 and December 11th, then you are the Knight of Wands, which is fire and fire. So very strong energy. Connecting back to your last reading where you had Capricorn Sun highlighting Sagittarius Moon, the message was your third eye sees the magical world that exists around you. You had the High Priestess here, and you had the stars in the sky. Very beautiful. We can recognize here that the stars have already spoken to you back then. And so let's see what right now is wanting to speak to you through Aquarius, through the age of Aquarius. On the position of the Fool, which is facing the left spinning cycle, so it's a soul energy that's speaking to you. It's a foolish idea, and that foolish idea is making out of you no more Knight of Wands, but now you have become a Queen of Wands. For some reason, either you are growing up, either you are recognizing something deep within, a spark, an energy, an inspiration, even maternity, even like becoming a mother, or anything that makes you all of a sudden less like crazy. Nevertheless, she comes up on the position of the Fool, right? That foolish idea of yours, though, is something that you gotta listen to, because if not, you might really feel sad or depressed or even get sick, because if the soul is not getting what it wants, it will show you, hey, if you're not listening to me, I will push your buttons. On the position of the Magician, the state of consciousness that is now inspired by the foolish idea the Fool has brought to you comes the middle world, and the middle world is the number 36. So here you have a 3, which is the Empress, and the 6, which is then the Lovers, and the 3 is the first triangle that comes to us. It's that first form. It's the new one. I always say the 3 is the new one. And then the 6, the self-love, the true understanding of, hey, I am here in this middle world. I have 6 birds that protect me, that inspire me, that bring me all the time the understanding that 2 times 3 is the 6, right? And then calculated together, it becomes a 9, which is the identity that you form through here the Magician, which is with the symbol of the infinite 8 above his head and holds all 4 elements here. He is in the middle world and pointing up at the higher and the lower world, right? And so you understand very clearly what's speaking to you here right now. And it's beautiful, right? So recognize this moment and understand that there is quite a strong message speaking to you. Now, the Queen of Wands is an Aries, right? Just that you know. Then on the position of the High Priestess comes the Empress. The Empress, the number 3. So here it becomes a 3-3 portal. And the High Priestess is your intuition, is that part in you that says, well, I'm gonna really find this new one within me, this form, the triangle, and she holds all 12 zodiac signs above her head. She sits in the center, and she is the number 3. She has here an eagle at her feet, and she's the daughter of the mighty ones. She's very powerful because she is the last card before it goes down into the reality, into the abyss, into the real world, right? And that's where the understanding comes that now you are awakening to your intuition, you're awakening and give birth to a state of consciousness. That's very important, because constantly we're challenged with the dualities, with the black and white, but without it we wouldn't have any contrast, and that's where the black and white, as you can see, creates a story. Then on the position of the Empress comes here Le Pape. These are French cards. I have listed all the cards that I'm using down in my description below. And these are Oswald Wirth, and Oswald Wirth was part of the Rose Cross Order. And so here comes the Hierophant, here comes the Taurus, and Taurus is very earthy, is Venus connected, and she is Venus. She is the abundance, she is love, she's value, and she is giving birth to this new state of consciousness, which is now speaking here to you about, again, a 3. So there is a 3-3 portal in the 5 of the Pope, right? And he has the 3 stages above his head, and he's very strong and very clear, understanding that there is a deeper message now coming to you and giving it to you so that you understand what is really happening here. So it's almost like, yes, you are giving birth to something deep within you, and that's your test, because the 5s are always tests, right? The 5s are, okay, who am I, why am I, and the questions are not gonna come just easily to you. You gotta be really ready and open to receive them, and that's why the 3 stages, right? The body, the mind, and the soul has to really get this message. So a 3-3, and there is a 3 here as well in the 36. Then comes you. You are walking here towards these 3 people, and 3 is a tribe. It's 3, right? The 3 makes immediately a group. We have to now learn to live with each other. We have to create rules, and otherwise it's difficult to be together. And you are going towards this, and recognize now that this state of consciousness that the Pope brings, it's like now you learning to bring the spiritual message to the people, right? Because I mean, he is someone that is literally saying, well, I have witnessed this higher consciousness, I have understood it, and so now I bring it to you. And you are going towards him, and recognize that you are now asked to become more of a motherly figure. No more like, all right, let's have fun, let's just enjoy this world and not care really, but now it's something in you that is wanting to come and wanting to give birth to a new state of consciousness. And then on the position of the Wheel of Fortune, which is Jupiter, the wise one, comes here this beautiful flower, this beautiful lady. She's in the rose garden, she's the number 9. And the Wheel of Fortune is the quiz of life, that quiz that we ask ourselves constantly. Why is this happening? Why is everything changing and shifting? And why is not the world staying the same, right? And we would love to, but then growth is not possible. So there's a 9, and in the middle world you are now recognizing that you are at home, that you're growing lovely and beautiful here in this middle world. You're in your center. For some reason you really feel like you have arrived, and you're holding this beautiful flower here. You have a butterfly on your hand, but you already have the next one as a jewelry. Your hair has become like a leaf, and she's looking straight at you, and she's saying, yes, this is you. You're this beautiful, sweet energy, right? The 3 fits 3 times into the 9. And so here you recognize this 9-9 portal. 2 times 9 is this like creative completion that is speaking to you, and you are really loving it. You're really enjoying it. Then on the position of the Hanged Man comes the diamond. Look at that. The diamond is formed under a lot of pressure. So this is also a lot of pressure when we do inversions, when we hang upside down and we recognize, wow, something is really shifting me. And that's what the number 3 or the number 12 here calculated together, then the 3 is bringing to you. And it's bringing the number 17, which is, of course, here the 17 back to Aquarius. So the 17 is speaking directly to the 1, the middle world, right? The 1 of the magician, where the middle world came up. And here the number 9, the completion to your work, because a lot of pressure, this beautiful diamond is formed. And so this pressure is something that we recognize now, the pressure that every star goes through, because the sun is actually a dwarf star, and there's a lot of pressure to hold that kind of fire and that kind of heat together, and this needs a lot of pressure to form. Then comes the 7, right? And the 7 is always that moment where we are challenged one more time in our head, in the way we see things, and together it becomes an 8. And the 8 is that infinite symbol that is above the magician's head. And so you recognize very clearly that something is very strongly speaking to you, that you maybe have gone through a lot of pressure, through a lot of difficulties, but now recognize that you are the diamond yourself, that you are now this beautiful stone, right? A lot of people want, and it's saying an incredible worth that has formed over time and pressure, and has gone through trials and tribulations, and also the right use of power, and tests and challenges are coming to you. But there is then this change, because it's really clear that, of course, the Hangman is always that state of consciousness where we're recognizing we are just right before a true enlightenment. And after that then is the death card, is Scorpio, right? So see that you are in the threshold of becoming this incredible and this beautiful spiritual energy that is giving a lot of light to the people around her. Then comes you. On your position comes the 3 of Cups, the 3 of Graces, which is love, belief, and hope, right? Which comes to you as Mercury in Cancer, as a celebration, as a tribe that is now speaking to you, because this is your spiritual family. And you are now connected to them, because as you can see, there is also a guardian angel here, and the angel is literally there. He is literally wanting you to know that he is there. He's watching you. He's helping you. And this is the abundance that is coming to you for whatever you have stepped into that maturity, into that great mother that is now coming out of you, because the Queen of Wands is very creative, is very inspired by how she can create things out of nature. And so here you are holding with the 3 of Cups, this very beautiful moment. And I'm just gonna read to you the prayer of this card, which is, whenever others are gathered around me, I will celebrate our lives. In groups, in front of others, is never the time to criticize another, but to praise them. In this way, all are lifted up. As we share that which we like and appreciate about each other, our bowls are filled with heavenly grace. Let us be thankful together for all that we have been given as human beings on earth in this time. Let us share our bounty. Let us share our blessings. Only through sharing does abundance come. So, 3-3. and of course the 3 in here, and of course the 3 people in here, and the 3 stages that he has in his crown. And then on the position of the Tower comes the eagle, the mighty eagle that sees from high above that this what's coming or what's leaving or what's wanting to go is right. It's coming from the highest, it's coming from the crown, because she already has here the eagle at her feet, and now you are recognizing from high above that falling is not a disgraced energy. It's about letting go, truly letting go, and seeing that the eagle is facing the right spinning path. Here he shows us his back, right? And so recognizing in which way they face is like the human is speaking here to you, and here the human wants to become the eagle that is flying above the earth and seeing the message, seeing all the time the message that actually the Hierophant gets. The Hierophant gets his message through the eagle perspective, right? That's what the indigenous people do. They connect to eagle, and in that moment they see spirit here on earth. And this is an air sign, so this is very much Aquarius coming to you and bringing you the perspective of the star. Wow, such a beautiful message already. Then on the position of Aquarius comes the 7 of Pentacles, and she sits here up in the tree and is fulfilled. She has done her work, and sometimes it's called the card of unfulfilled success. But in this card, it's really beautiful. We can see how she sits in this tree and she gets the eagle perspective, right? When we're a little higher, we become all of a sudden a different perspective of things, and that's what Aquarius is bringing to you. Aquarius is bringing you a different perspective, right? The angel perspective. And so recognize that the eagle is looking down, and now you are sitting in a tree, and you have here 7 seeds, 7 apples, and 7 apples in the tree still. I mean, the 7 is here 3 times in it, right? And so that's the 3 that is the creating new things through difficulties, through the 7 as the 7 chakra, or the 7 which is going more and more lower down on the tree of life, right? The Kabbalistic tree of life. And so the 7 is a test always, right? And the test here you master pretty good. Then on the position of the moon, which is in your sign, right, comes the hand of God, the number 31, and so here you get another 3. So right now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times the 3. 5 is the communication, or is the test, or is that what you want to communicate through the Pope, through this spiritual understanding that is coming to you. And then the 1 is the magician, bringing it forth in the middle world. Understanding here, then it becomes a 9. And the 4 calculated together is the responsibility to hold this spark of life, right? To hold the pressure that here the diamond has been formed. To see the sun here in this light, to see that everything comes and goes and shifts and changes, and that now you are told that the universe is your partner, that whatever you want to evolve into is gonna support you like tremendously. This is like really powerful. I mean, this is the hand of God bringing you the spark that you understand here on your position, because this is the guardian angel here. God is giving you the guardian angel and is letting you know, create and form the tribe, right? Understand the tree, the tribe, and I am here helping you. And then on the position of the sun, which is of course in Aquarius right now, comes here the plant, comes here the growth, comes here the number 19, which is, this is a 19 and this is the 19, right? So it's a portal that the growth and the clarity that the sun brings to you through Aquarius. And through Aquarius, you recognized here the 7, that you're getting a 10, a 1 and a 0. And the 1 again is the middle world, right, with the magician. And the 0 is that you have grown into this beautiful lady, into this beautiful woman that knows how to make out of her creativity now some mission, something that she wants to bring to the people. In all her radiance, in all her beauty, she shows herself. She underwent a lot of pressure, but now she's this beautiful diamond. And here, of course, it's like these 3 cups are filled and she's giving them further to the people, and the eagle is speaking here to you. And so this 7 of Pentacles is actually a happy energy. It's not a negative one. It's actually, you recognize all the work that you've put in, and now you see that the hand of God is giving you one little spark, but there are many sparks for all the people around us, for all your tribe, for the group of people that you are now creating and forming. And so this is the direct message from Aquarius, right? From the age of Aquarius, grow and create your tribe, because then you are fulfilled in the 10, which is then a cycle from 1 moved into the 10, which is the next step, which is Malkut, which is the kingdom lived here on earth. And now one last little push, right, from the guardian angel is here this beautiful card, and she's literally like opening the curtain. She's calling you to wake up, to awaken to your power, to push through, to push further, to push that creates now a new perspective in you. And it's saying, don't feel inadequate. Forget how to quit. Push on no matter how things look. And it's the number 2. And the 2 is the duality, and on the 2 of the High Priestess came the Empress. So the new 1 is speaking to you. Create always out of duality, then the 1. How she does it, she sits right in between the black and the white. And so you learning to share that to the people. And so you push through, and it's really interesting. It's almost like the wind is opening a door for you so you can grow further, and this is coming from your soul. Very clear. It's your soul letting you know that everything is just perfect. Everything is supposed to be the way it is, because what's happening then on the position of the world is that the Ace of Cups is coming to you. Then you can give the love that you feel within you, this understanding of the 3 of Cups. Now you get an extra cup, you have 4 of Cups, you have responsibility for the love, you have plenty, you are really overflowing, you're fulfilled, you are connected, you are giving the world exactly now what it needs, which is love, love and more love. And so here you are, when the curtain opens and you push through and you dare, then here the stars coming, and here are little stars in this picture as well. And if I calculate them together, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 stars. So there are all the lights for everybody. The universe is the partner, but you get it directly through the moon, and you recognize that the sun is saying, okay, now you grow, you got to push through something that your guardian angel is calling you to push through, to awaken to it, because you've been pushed yourself through quite some difficulty. So this little thing is like almost nothing, because what you get is a deep openness, that female knowingness that you are now connected not anymore to the knight, but now you have moved into the queen, and you are understanding what it means to be a woman, to be of motherhood, maybe to be of giving birth, right? Because you have the Empress, you're giving birth to a new energy, to a new idea, to hear this spiritual connection to the Three of Cups plus 1 cup is 4 of Cups, to the stability in the love that you can now give to people. Wow, what a beautiful message this is. I hope I see you in the next one, because then spins the earth in such a way that we see behind the sun the constellation Pisces, and on the position of Pisces came the hand of God. And so let's see what the hand of God is bringing further and deeper to you, because it's sparking in your head. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.